themselves.
Well, then that's why you have the two differing teams from the Philippines, TLPH and Aurora PH, where Aurora is the one who plays standard, and TL plays, as their name goes, like liquid. You gotta flow. You gotta make some preemptive calls, and they realized that AE was doing that 9 out of 10 times. Let's take advantage of it. Come at us. We already have that flank angle. But now AE, if they're going to try and take that initiative again, they need ults that come back up quick.
It's our showtime.
We go into broken walls, hence why still Alter Ego would want to ban out the box shot. That would have been extra more annoying to deal with. While, funnily enough, a hero that puts up a wall for himself, well now a rampart, in broken walls, is actually one of the best heroes for this map. So that's a good ban here for Aurora.
Well, they also get rid of the quad. Oh. Freya on the red side. Does that mean that Aurora wants to kind of keep AE in check here? I mean, it feels like no matter what, it's going to be like the Sora opening, but Valentina this time is still wide out.
Ooh, I like how Aurora's approaching this, because again, they're forcing AE to make a different move. We beat your Sora, even without Valentina. What else is left?
So it's still going to be a Sora for Alter Ego, or are they going to switch things up around? Switch up the mask that they're wearing.
Okay.
Go for a little bit more standard. Eva's open.
Kalia is open.
Kalia is open.
Ooh. You know what? I like the former. I didn't even notice. Go for the Eve.
Yeah. Considering that they banned the Claude, it makes sense.
There we go. Really nice. Gotta be. Really nicely done. Now the question...
Or answer with a Yi Sun Shin Farsa?
I don't think it's a bad idea, but at the same time, you could be looking for options like Kalia, for an example, for light, and then after that, get the Yi Sun Shin and kind of, you know, let AE develop their draft a little bit more.
So Farsa Kalia. So you get that combo.
Yeah. I feel like Farsa, I think, is a solid base to hold on to. But it's not going to be that. They still go with Cho YSS. Similar picks for Aurora as the last game.
And I'm thankful, because there's so many times when we see Light get his hands on the clear, it's like all or nothing. But with the Cho, there's a little bit more leeway with getting in and out of the fights and really positioning yourself well. Now, AE on the opposite side, we have access to the RWM. We're not going to go with the Kimmy, with the Sky Piercer. We're going to go with Leo Mort, on top of actually having the Hilda as well to try and disrupt Demon Kite in his jungle pathing.
Yeah, I like the readjustment here by Alter Ego. Same idea, but this time a different picture. Hopefully not too cheesy a pick for RP. They can go a little bit more solid here depending on the picks of Aurora. I mean, the Harith is still an option because it pairs up really well for an Eve, and you have a Leomord with it already, so you don't have to worry about it being the only carry.
And I also like that there's less stress on Alec. He played the Guinevere in game 1. I believe his record was 0-5 and X. So now with the Hilda, same with the Cho. Even if you're not winning and you're not as aggressive, there's a lot of things you can do. Provide vision, check in on certain lanes, maybe even threaten a kill if you have just as much economy to build a Fury Hammer casually in the mid game. I think this is a good start.
It's a good start for both sides, but I feel like right now AE is a bit on the back foot, right? On the second half of the banning phase, I'm expecting a couple of things. Like Aurora have kind of set themselves up for a potential double fighter lane. AE, I feel like they want to lean back into a traditional marksman for Arfi. That's one small synergy if he goes for something that's physically inclined. That way he can take advantage of the damage, armor reduction from specifically the Hilda. But then it's really awkward, right? Because let's say he takes Granger. Oh no, there's Cho, I have to take Purify, and that's an easy Harith on the opposite end.
Interesting decision here by Aurora. They're still thinking that this Hilda could suddenly go into the EXP lane for Nino, as they still ban out the Kalea.
Not the worst.
Well, it makes sense because they haven't revealed what Edward's playing too.
Yeah.
So they just want to be open to the possibilities. Yeah. Are they going to start attacking gold laners? Both teams.
No.
So the Uranus, actually the Uranus would have been perfect here for Aurora. So another good block by Alter Ego. Still, they could lean towards Edward getting a dive. Still get the Lapu Lapu even if he can.
I mean, yes, he can still get the Lapu Lapu, but what would be the cost? Does it mean they have to get rid of like things like Esmeralda?
It is gone already.
Oh, yeah.
The Alter Ego banned it earlier.
What else can they go for? Glue, maybe? No, that's not going to be enough. He's definitely wanting to go for Lapu Lapu, which means that Nino is thinking, how do I get to the back line? I mean, he can still play Yuzong, worst comes to worst, right? Yeah, good ban on the Khalid, though.
So it's like they're shoehorning this Hilda into the roam. Which I think which is why they banned out the Kimi here. Yes, we saw the Kimi versus Laymord matchup earlier, and it did not fare well for Aurora Turquia, but those were different elements. They had a Cho on the other side. This time, if it is a Hilda forced into the roam, the Kimi would be great because you can slowly pepper down her health and then force her back. The Arlot, this was actually a very good read by Alter Ego. Would have messed up the more honest approach that Alter Ego has drafted so far.
So they're more willing to run themselves into the lapu-lapu.
Yeah.
They're looking at Aurora saying, let's do that again, Mr. MVP. Let's do that again.
What if it ends up becoming a Alice for Edward as the last pick if Alter Ego's damage profile isn't right? The Claude's already got. Now they have the Kareth as well. Wait.
Oh, yikes.
There's going to be a Fulvius for Alter Ego if ever.
I mean, there's a really good reason actually, the Fulvius, don't get me wrong, but I feel like at this point, unless AE is willing to make that pivot, it really depends on RFE right now. Looking at the goal lane, it's like, hey, sir, you either play a fighter and maybe win the lane, or you get the Granger and you're going to get dove like almost 100% of the time.
I think the Granger Eve with a Hilda, Laymord, and theoretically a Fulvius is a good front.
Yeah, even if that is difficult for the Granger, they need the extra damage support to make this Leomord count.
The Laymord is going to be the sweeper. Okay, they get the Yuzhong in the EXP lane.
And there it is.
And then there's the Granger. They don't go for the Fulvius. They want a little bit more crowd control and high impact. So they go for the Yuzhong. Last pick here for Aurora.
Which I like, is fits the Alter Ego playstyle. I don't want them to go 50-50.
Yeah, but now, I'm really vibing with the Alice, but that's a lot of magic damage. You might need a bit more physical.
Well, honestly, what else do you have? What other options are better, right? We need something that's tanky, that can peel, that helps like 3 of our squishies on top of our initiator, who isn't considered to be the tankiest in that role.
Alice or Lapu.
I lop back to Lapu, just get the DR when you can just go Alice and have like, oh, I'm never gonna die.
But it's gonna be Aurora.
It's a question of like that early to mid and the the damage profile. So it's all in on Demonkind. That's it. That's the only physical that they're looking for. But I'm afraid that this demands too much economy.
That is actually a good point. What if Aurora doesn't even get to the point where their own Alice is going to be a problem? What if Alter Ego ends up taking control of the early game? But they do have a Cho and Kimi, so vibe here. Which lineup are you guys going for?
My vibe is leaning a little towards AE because this depends on their laning phase. If their laning phase doesn't go well, Aurora will take full control.
They have the timer, the 0 and 2 under 5 minutes timer on the Yuzhong. So with that said, I'll be a little more optimistic. Maybe Aurora's got this.
I'm leaning towards Aurora, but I'm watching out for RFE on that Granger, man. He was a menace with it through MPL Indonesia Season 16, and he might show the world and let the world see him on that Granger. Game number 2 of Aurora versus Alter Ego. Mirko and Trex, how you guys doing?
We're feeling good. We're ready. Aurora Gaming start things off 1-0. Alter Ego now need to make a statement to try to even things out, Mirko.
Yeah, think about the Granger on RFE. It got to a point where me and Sheffin started calling him the Granger Merchant. Then he pulled out every random goal laner you can think about, the Uranus goal, all that, and we were like, forgive us, RFE. We were not familiar with your game. So now that he's back on the Granger, it's actually interesting. Are the fighter goals just not working after last game? They tried the mid to was that too loco? Because RFE, he's definitely still got it! Almost a solo kill. Doming having the flicker early.
Speak of the devil, RFE already making plays on the Granger. Now I really like this Hilda. I think this is something that's going to give Alter Ego the ability to be as aggressive as they wanted to be last game. They can get into their face, they can steal camps like what we just saw, and it's going to give Yasuke the freedom to also move into enemy territory.
Yeah, just look at the winning lanes. They were already talking about Alter Ego, definitely, oh my goodness, even down below Nino with the Petrify. All inning Edward, forcing him back. At least Demonkind will be able to go up top to cancel out free Cold Crab take for RFE. But again, for Alter Ego, now they have 3 winning lanes to play around.
Yeah, I mean, 3 winning lanes, a winning river, a winning map at this point, and it feels comfortable for them. This is what I think they wanted to bring last game, but they just didn't have the draft. I like the YZ pick as well. It's going to work great with this RWM later on in the game. I mean, they have this death box that they created. It's dangerous.
He's going to go all in onto Demonkind, but he has the Traceless, so he pops it in, gets away. with the mounted shocker, but that is a free XP crab over onto Nino, and that gets him level 4. As now, this really should be a free neutral objective for Alter Ego. Yisun Chin was already down, he was too low. If he comes around here, Nino just pops into Black Dragon, and then it's cooked. It might even be a free purple.
Try to convert it into a purple for sure. Once Yasuke shows up, it's going to be hell.
Yeah, there you go. Black Dragon form used up. Yasuke still saving the retribution. Didn't use it earlier. Throwing a ruin of the flicker combo into the back line as Nino gets cooked by the Jikundo. Alec gunned down. Yue picking up the kill. RWM there. Whoa, burst through Edward.
Nino, though, gets the petrify. A lot of damage on a Demon Kite. It takes him out.
With the DOT as Yasuke stampedes through Aurora Gaming Philippines. Now this is the start that Alter Ego wanted last game, but can only find in game 2.
We're second in that last fight. I was a little worried, but wait a second, Yasuke caught up in the midst.
Yeah, with the Jikundo, but he's all good. Yue doesn't deal nearly enough damage to really threaten Yasuke right now.
As I was saying in that previous fight, it felt like Aurora Gaming had the advantage. Nino, even getting low, the AE were able to kind of back off and then re-enter into the fight and turn it into their own hands.
Yep.
Yasuke with the steed is feeling clean. Up in the top side, maybe a play, but AE just continuing to get vision, continuing to get information.
You gotta constantly put the pressure down onto Aurora Gaming Philippines, and at this point, it's surprising that the lead isn't higher. I really thought it would be higher at this point, knowing that they were able to take the purple buff and all that. Light with a Shunpu could flicker out. Now the Phantom Steed now over on Light. Could Mountain Shocker to disengage, and we get to check the items.
Taking a look at the
That's it. That's it.
That was it.
We got a glimpse.
Only get to check those things. Remember that.
You blink and you miss it. If you don't remember it, it's your fault. Skill issue, bro.
Nobody's hit a full item yet, though. Yasuke has got in what maybe looks like the beginning of a endless battle. Is he going to go for endless battle first, or no? Hunter Strike.
Yasuke?
Yasuke.
Yeah. He's going for the War Axe, I think.
War Axe up front. Wait a second, though. Black Dragon in the backside.
Interesting. That's a petrify on Yue as well. Gonna go for the all-in under turret. Nino actually gets the kill. And now it's getting the stampede from Yasuke. Away the dragon to go for it there and disengage Nino, taken down by Demon Kite. It's 1-for-1.
EXP for mid. Not a bad trade overall, but at this point, now Nino's on the clock, you know?
Yeah.
One more death, and that's a wrap. You're just a linebacker at this point.
Is Nino a carry or is he a linebacker though, right? Because I think he can play both roles depending on the situation. But the thing is, the turtle was spawning. There was no reason for them to do all that, you know? Like, they were doing too much, Unk.
Who you calling Unk, bro?
Them.
All right, just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. All right. And you, second turtle of the game. Edward holding down the front line. Can Alter Ego break through?
Oh, throwing a ruin, zoned them away. The RWM comes down, but it's not going to be enough damage right there. His life's going to be taken very low. Arby, with the help of Ijume, Void Blast him to the ground. So it's a turtle for a kill, but it's a kill on Light.
Kill on Light. I mean, overall, wait a second, maybe a kill on someone else?
No, man, dashing through words. Oh, has to flicker out there. He saw Ijume, he saw a glimpse of Ijume. He's like, yeah, nah, I ain't handling all that smoke.
And Nino takes a tower on the bot side, though. The first tower of this series so far. Possibly a second on top unless UA can do something about it.
RP goes for the Rhapsody instead, wants to just clear it out. Knows he has another wave that is going to come through, so he's going to take the turret down. Inevitable. It'll be inevitable. And it is the War Axe for Yasuke. Right after the Fury Hammer, he went for the War Axe path. That's why I was unsure, like, is he actually going for Heptaseed? Probably not. War Axe, and there it is. So just to get him a little bit more physical penetration before he gets the War Axe.
And on the other side, Aurora Gaming, defensive items into the hands all around. Skypiercer also coming in for Arfi. He hasn't gotten a kill yet on the board, but with the pace that things are going for Alter Ego, it feels good. You're at a 3K gold lead. This is the time to buy it and start scaling and just put the nail into the coffin.
Yep, Alec with the power of Wilderness straight onto Demon Kite. Traction pulse will lock Yasuke down, but there's no one to follow it up, and Yasuke gets the retry on the orange before Demon Kite can.
Yeah, this is exactly what Aurora Gaming was hoping wouldn't happen. This is what they were able to stop last game.
Yep.
This next turtle, Aurora Gaming was able to take second turtle. Third turtle could be huge. This could be the thing that takes this 3K gold lead into a 4, and then the Stampede is truly on as we get into the 8, 9, 10-minute mark. First Lord, Alter Ego just need to keep on hitting the gas if I'm them. Keep on stealing purples, keep on stealing oranges. Don't let up.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're pulling a Trex 101 as to how to utilize the horse in MLBB. And I gotta say, man, I'm just not a fan of Edward on an Alice, you know? Like, it's a playmaker show. Oh, what? Like with the G-Crew knowing the flicker away the dragon as well. They go all in onto Nino with RWM, catches you in the back as Yuzuke goes for the steed. And I don't think Aurora will want any more smoke after using those resources. A petrify from Nino, but a good flicker out from Edward.
Very well done by Alter Ego.
Like, oh,
Second.
he's chasing the Isun Shin down. 1v1 me, bro! Balanced hero, by the way.
Balanced hero, totally. Now on the mid side as well, Yuzuke wants 1v1 as well. Just across the map, they're throwing hands, they're ready.
But they can win those 1v1s. The thing is, for Aurora Gaming Philippines, Demon Kite's so far behind, he can't win any 1v1s. Against the Granger, I think he's cooked. Against the Eve, probably same. Against the Hilda, 100%.
Is this going to be another orange buff into the hand?
Bro, how?
He's not even farming his own jungle at this point.
You know who's farming his jungle? Demon Kite. Demon Kite's on the other side, farming the jungle. But because of that, they lose so much tempo. And Alex able to bait out the Zaman Force of all things. Flickers out to safety. At least Demon Kite. Oh, no. Was he seen? I think he was seen. No. Are they going to go for... Okay, no. He gets away. I thought he was seen by the turret. That's why Alter Ego moved bot. That was a bit scary.
No, you mentioned Edward on the Alice earlier.
Yeah.
I do agree. I want to see Edward on something aggressive. I want to see Edward on something, damage dealing. You look at some of the EXP laners in the Philippines, Sanford, Edward, these guys can make plays happen.
Yes.
And you don't want to put them on something passive like this. Give them something proactive.
Again, Ollie the back line, able to go in, but it's going to be the Sky Piercer stack for free as Edward jumps around. Blinking back to the turret, RWM, oh, so much damage from Hijime, but not nearly enough to zone them away from clearing that wave. So Aurora, despite this big lead for Alter Ego, they're standing their ground, man.
Yeah, slight misplay from Alec there. Going too deep, not knowing exactly. I mean, yes, you have the gold lead, but you can't just jump into their face under towers like that. You still need to keep it smart because you catch one Mount Shock to the face, and it's GG's. Now, Domin Kite is going to end up possibly being one of the saving graces here.
Yeah.
He's got 2 items in. I still think he needs one more. You've got the Feather. You've got the...
Holy Crystal?
Holy Crystal.
Next?
Oh,
the next one. Starlium
Starlium Scythe.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
he already has Starlium Scythe. We're coming into Holy Crystal. Once he has that, the damage might just pull through. But that's a while out.
Yeah, it is going to be a while. Oh, good Petrify. UA forces the flicker out before the fight even starts. Now the Black Dragon Force is thrown to ruin, goes to the back line, but Yuzuki gets blocked by the Winter Dragon.
Yuzuki able to take out Edward and get the Lord.
Yuzuki was locked, but it doesn't matter, Nino! On 2, 1 swing and a tail, and it's 2 members down. What's 2 plus 2 Trex?
4.
Quick maths, and that's how many members of Aurora went down that fight.
Plus a Lord. I mean, they robbed the bank at this point. 5. Exactly. That's a lot.
Make it 6 and 7 with the small camp. Look. They're going to leave
that one. It's only 6.
The 6.
The 6 lives were lost in that
7.
battle.
Maybe minions. Do we count minions, Trex?
No, those aren't people.
Minion. Whoa. Minion lives don't matter? Okay. Let's take a look at the item builds real quick again to see exactly how they dealt that much damage. Yuzuki, brother, I could have sworn he was locked down. He got up like it was nothing, dude.
Nothing at all. Alter Ego Esports with a 7,000 gold lead are going to crash into this base. And honestly, taking a look at Aurora Gaming's composition, they don't have any range. Yes, they can clear waves. Yes, they can shred lords, but they put themselves at risk while doing that heavily. And all it takes is one big dive, one good petrify from the Black Dragon, or everyone getting caught in this RWM. Alter Ego has the ability to do that.
Light in the back, trying to really look for the play now, but look at the Black Dragon form. Edward able to find 2 members on the throne of ruin, but Alec tanks on the turn. A petrify from Nino.
Nino does go down, but wait a second, Edward falls. Hijime picks it up.
Man, the turret juggle was perfect. It was first Alex, and we thought it was Nino. But in the end, it was Yuzuki on the horse who took the turret shots.
And the tower goes down. Alter Ego got what they came for. More jungle stolen and another wave coming
Tracks.
down the top.
No tracks, they came
want
for more. Absolutely, they want more. Look at how low that turret is up top. And Aurora, they just have to take it. There's no way they can find. Phantom Steed comes around. Zaman Force defensively from Domenkite. And RP doesn't even have a Sky Piercer stack. Like, he's 0-0-4. This is as utility as the Granger gets.
He's still waiting. It's coming. Don't worry. Eventually.
The stacks were promised to him.
They were promised to him long ago. Written in stone.
Lisan Al-Gaib. It was in the prophecy.
It was in the prophecy.
The Granger Merchant prophecy of MPLID. But he's no longer a Granger Merchant, so that's unfair. You know?
The great ego himself.
The great ego himself. With a little bit of esports.
A little bit of esports.
Meanwhile, though, Yue, he got, I think, one Sky Piercer stack? But then
He got one and they took it away.
They took it away from him.
He's got seven stacks.
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
But Alter Ego have a 10.5k gold lead, and really, it just gets tough. Yes, they have scaling. Aurora Gaming Philippines, they have really good clear.
Oh, Holy Crystal. Finally, but is it too late?
I think that delays the power spike a bit, right? The enemy team is 10,000 gold ahead, so you might have to wait for Divine Glaive before the power spike actually hits. But even then, he's on a flicker, so it's so hard to go in for free hits. Oh, Nino! Black Dragon from the back. Oh no, Yue! Can you run away? It's Nino flying around now as Izuke gets on the steed, but Barbiel ain't fast enough.
He ain't fast enough, but can he go back to the Lord? And with that, a lot of ults are gone from
Ruin.
Alter Ego.
And we're on 2! Zaman Force from Domain! Dive to the back, RP! Gets Edward down to petrify! From Nino! And the stacks that were promised came true! It's now RP with a triple kill! And he's looking for more! One that's Sonata!
That's
RP gets a maniac!
Yazuke now gonna move in. And Arfi, the stacks were promised and the game will be as well.
It's just Demon Kite left. Pops in the Mountain Shocker. Alec tanks up the turret, and they go all in, even under the fountain. It's 1-1.
Alter Ego tie the series. This is only game 2 of the knockouts. And so far, we continuously are going the distance. The stadium feels it. And I think us casters feel it as well. Renmar, Gideon, Leo, how we doing?
I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it too. Alter Ego, they take the condition. We pose the question, what if it actually gets to the point where the Alice is not a problem? And it definitely happened. It did not get to the point where it was a problem. Alter Ego, Nino, leading the charge.
Was too expensive a lineup, I'll tell you now. We were waiting for that third item on Domenkite. Demonkite was struggling, he was begging, he was starving for a majority of this very short game in context of how long the rest of today's matches were. So, again, I think it's Aurora. It's them. It's on them now to say they spent too much time. They were too confident saying we can get the farm.
I think simply put, there were just not enough winning lanes. And when you thought that Domenkite was going to be the one right at level 1, proven wrong, that Arfi, he still got it on that Granger. I am so impressed with the way that AE finds these insane angles. However, the commitment coming out of AE, similarly to the Alter champs, unwavering. Does it look bad? Do we use a lot of ults? Doesn't matter, we go.
I mean, call back to MPL Philippines Season 16 playoffs. Early on, we were like, how are we going to solve this Alice problem? It didn't take long until Yu Zhang came back and said, now I am the solution to the Alice problem in the lane. It is demanding of any Alice player, no matter how consistent and great they are, to lane up against that Yu Zhang, and that became the perfect answer to the Alice.
Yeah, Aurora's lineup did not live up to the ultimatum of give it 2 deaths before 5 minutes, and the big sandworm in the sky is solved. It's not. This is Nino playing like a carry Yu Zhang.
As he should, because he played that laning phase phenomenally. Getting an early Petrify to get a crazy trade to completely negate the lane from Alice's side, set the tempo for the upcoming turtle. Because by the time he had Black Dragon form, he was like, what, 12 seconds off the Petrify to use again?
Let's see who the MVP is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Nino. Of course it's Nino. 4-1 and 3 on this Yu Zhong. The Petrify, the Furious Dives, the aggression set by him alongside Alec, providing all of the space that the rest of Alter Ego needed.
The stacks that were promised to RFE would not have come if it were not for the efforts of this Yu Zhong early on, all right? And in the mid game, I love how you just randomly Black Dragon form, play around in the back line, and if he can combo out, and then on his way out, kill somebody with the power of Shok, then, you know, that's just him saying, you know what, I might not be the carry, but I can try.
And I love the way that he's conditioning all the weaker, well, softer members from the side of Aurora, like Yue, for an example. He was starting to recognize, wait a minute, and even Light recognized, wait, when he's in that Black Dragon form, he's using Petri in the middle of the air to set up that combo rather than just the Furious Dive, which is why we saw a lot of preemptive flickers throughout the game. Once that standard was set and the conversions from turtle fights turned into purple buffs, I think it was fairly quick that Aurora was like, man, these fights are near impossible to win.
Gideon Renmar, I'm glad that Nino showed us this kind of performance because I thought I was getting an aneurysm. I thought I was in a fever dream saying, yo, is Yu Zhong cooked? Is he just suddenly out of the metagame? Because we saw very little of it throughout the day. And finally, here's one that got an MVP performance.
My sleeper hit for this game was actually Hijume. I brought up earlier about how his already World Championship experience for country, for Indonesia in IESF 2022 will be a factor. I always appreciate any EVE game that shows us the value of timing your real-world manipulation at the perfect time. Whether it's going to be part of the initiation or the late fight-changing ultimate to cover any of the Aurora responses, Hijume was great on this Eve.
And all of that started in the early game, right? Where Hijume got that initial freeze onto Yue. He could not walk up into the lane anymore. And with the help of the Hilda alongside him, Alec, he was doing a phenomenal job. He was not only disrupting Demon Kite, but he was also pulling the attention of Light as well, which in cause gave up on the lane where Yue just had to just back off and eat Void Blast after blast.
Yeah, what this Hilda brings the AE is what they needed in game one. They needed a safe way to check bushes, safe way to flush Light out from these weird angles, and that allowed for them to be the aggressors. That allowed for them to embrace the playstyle they were looking for even from game one, because I'll tell you, even if they lost game one in like 18 minutes, they were still playing an Alter Ego playstyle. Talking about Hijume, right? Just to circle it back, he got so many friggin' kills in game one.
To add to the value of the Alter Ego lineup here, in game number one, we made a huge point about how Aurora timed abilities, timed battle spells. What then if you're up against a lineup that just forces you to use those? Because if you don't, then you're going to get set on easily by any member of Alter Ego. So this aggression was, I feel like, a little bit more calculated in terms of forcing out key resources from the members of Aurora.
Well, it certainly helps when they were ahead in terms of gold, right? When you're 2,000 ahead, it feels a lot more comfortable. When you're 10K ahead, it feels like you can do no wrong. And I think in this particular game, it's a good case study for whether or not how much aggression is good and how much value do you get from it ultimately. Because let's keep in mind, Hijume, he was trying to use the RWM to get a T1, right? To deny space from Aurora to be able to touch that wave. Luckily, Aurora was able to clear it out, but the same impact goes, right? How much impact can that RWM get? And that was the question every single time they 5v5.
Yeah, compounding interest. If this aggression leads to you choking out on economy, we will continue, we will do it. It's just, they were lucky, again, Hoki, that it was more than just compounding interest. It was legit, just sheer value in gold, in EXP, and in blood. 13-4 in 13 minutes.